हाँ तो मेरी आवाज पहुंच जाएगी। अरे नहीं थी तरह से लिख है ना, मैंने भेजा है।
As the saying goes, only change is permanent and constant, and if it's not assimilated properly, then it can be turbulent and challenging for the very existence of the organizations and institutions. With these words, a warm greetings to one and all present in this webinar. At the outset, I welcome all the participants, deans and directors of Pacific University in these 2 days national seminar being organized by Department of Physics and Department of PG Studies. I, Professor Hemant Kothari, Dean PG Studies of Pacific University, also extend a warm welcome to all the dignitaries and our speakers of this seminar, Professor P.H. Vyas, Professor Charan, Professor Ranga, and Professor Agnihotri, Professor Kalra, and Professor Ghawar for sharing their vision, views about the new education policy 2020 and to highlight various underpinning lines of this national education policy 2020 and how this policy is going to touch upon every sphere of life in times to come, and how educators and institutions can gear up themselves to comfortably adopt this new policy for betterment of tomorrow. Thus, without wasting much of time, I hand over this session to Professor B.M. Vyas.
Hello, very good morning and most welcome to all the participants, and namaskar, suprabhat. First of all, I will welcome.
I think there is some technical problem with Professor B.M. Vyas. I think he's not able to listen. We are able to visualize him, but he is not able to listen us. So let me ask him.
Yes, my voice is clear. Hello. Hello. हेलो, इसमें वॉइस नहीं आ रही। हेलो हेलो, वॉइस नहीं आ रही।
हाँ व्यास सर, प्लीज ट्राई करिए।
यस 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 यस। गुड मॉर्निंग, सुप्रभात। First of all, I will heartily welcome to
voice is not audible.
Yes. Very good morning, Suprabhat, Namaskar, and respected and honorable Professor P.H. Vyas, Professor K.C. Agnihotri, Vice Chancellor, Central University, Himachal Pradesh Ramsala, Professor S.D. Charan, Vice Chancellor, Bikaner Technical University, Professor M.L. Kalra, former Vice Chancellor, University of Kota, Professor A.K. Gawal, ex-Vice Chancellor, Rabindranath Tagore, Bhopal, Professor M.M. Ranga, ex-head, Department of Environmental Science, and all the delegates and participants. First of all, I will welcome to all delegates and honorable teachers, university teachers, engineers, and researchers. And it is indeed a great pleasure and great privilege and great proud for hosting a national online workshop on the scientific and economic role of new education policy on policy 2020. And this aspect is quite relevant in present context because the education policy is the third national education policy. So amendment and new ideas, new dimension in this NEP 2020 should be explored. So in view of this, we would like to start or hosting this national online work because this is the objective of this prime educational institutes. And I'm also thinking and expressing my deep sense of gratitude to all honorable speakers, Professor P.H. Vyas, Vice Chancellor, MSJ University of Baroda, Professor Charan, Vice Chancellor, Bikaner Technical University, and also the Professor K.C. Agnihotri, Vice Chancellor, Central University of Himachal Pradesh. They will give some valuable time for delivering such talk because they are so busy in their work. And we are quite fortunate that in this conference, in this seminar, we have a good multidisciplinary persons like Professor Vyas is a good management teacher as an administrator, and like this Professor Charan is also good engineer and good technologist. And another way that Professor Kuldeep Chandra Agnihotri is a good person of language, sociology. So we have good combinations of all dimensions, and we have a multidisciplinary approach in this conference. So we will again welcome to all the participants and as well as honorable speakers and all the basically institutes persons. And now I will hand over and I will invite Professor, my honorable Professor Suresh Ameta. He will give very, very current new aspect of NAP 2000 activities and highlight. Can I hand over to Professor Suresh Ameta? He is an eminent professor of chemistry and he will deliver something.
Good morning to one and all. Respected Professor Parimal Vyas, Professor Agnihotri, Professor Charan, Professor Kalra, Professor Ranga, Professor Gwal, Professor Kothari, Professor Rameshwar, Professor B.M. Vyas, Deans and Directors of various faculties, and dear participants. It is my privilege to welcome you all here in this online national seminar on scientific and socio-economical role of national